I'm Linda Trolinder, and I'm the head of R&D for Field Crops Seeds and Traits at BASF. I grew up in a family full of agriculture. My grandparents are both farmers, so I was exposed to that very young. And my parents really were kind of in a situation where they had to move off of the farm to create really a viable means of living for a large family. So my mother ended up going on to get her advanced degree in the ag sciences. So she worked in vitro biology. And as a kid growing up, I was not only exposed to working on the farms in the summer, but also going to the lab with my mother. So I was heavily exposed to the sciences as well as into ag itself at a young age. And my mother was a very strong scientist and somewhat of a pioneer in her field. So she was a great role model for me. So it was really kind of a natural transition for me to go into that field. I started out even through undergraduate school working in research in ag and really focusing on trying to help farmers, specifically some around boll weevil and cotton. My grandfather was a cotton farmer, and so he always told me, you haven't done anything, honey, until you've addressed the boll weevil problem. So I was really focused on that as an undergraduate student, and that's what really got me into doing research originally. My mother had also created some intellectual property that had some value in the industry, and so together we went into business and we started a small biotech company. And we eventually had all the big six that were in the industry at the time as clients. During that time, we developed a lot of new technologies, and it eventually led to the acquisition. And there's been many acquisitions and vertical integration that's happened in the industry, and that's really what brought me to BASF. I also have two daughters of my own who are in the sciences. And so not only did I expose my children and my daughters to science and to agriculture, but now they're doing the same for their children and my grandchildren. So I'm passing that baton on not only to my daughters, but to my granddaughters as well. It's really exciting. Women are a powerhouse of ingenuity. And when I look at all the women that I've encountered in my life and in my career along the way, I see some of the powerhouses in the industry. I've seen powerhouses in ag, I've seen powerhouses on the field, powerhouses in their homes with their children and at work. And they really find ways, many different ways of dealing with all the challenges that they have. And you know, in agriculture, it is really the biggest job on earth. We really have to be able to increase the production of food in a sustainable way for the future because our populations are growing. We're going to hit 9 billion by 2050 and we need to feed those people, right? And I know that growers and people in ag are really passionate about that. And many women and mothers who are also equally as passionate about that with their families share that passion to do the same for the planet, for the population as a whole. And we need their ingenuity. We need that powerhouse of creativity in ag to tackle these really significant challenges that we're facing today. This is the place to be, quite honestly, one of the biggest places to be if you're in the ag sciences. It's always been what I perceive as being a mecca for women in the ag sciences. My mother always told me, don't let other people limit you by their view of you. Make it your vision of yourself, and you be what you envision yourself to be.